Welcome in and thank you for tuning into the 7th episode of On the Draw. I am Mythic Fishbomb here with Phoenix Vortex.
What's up, guys?
And we found this random guy on the street somewhere. I think he was selling himself, can't tell. Indormi, I think is his name, actually.
Hello, guys. Do you want some tissues? I have some cheap.
Okay,
Copper wire, copper wire.
alright. So, we got some more words and things and sentences to pronounce and speak about. And the first we're going to talk about is the Friday update from Hex this week. Not a whole lot said in it. They talked about they had a QA with the writer of the Hex novel, which will be coming out in November. Did they give it an official date for that? Or was it
No,
just
they only
November?
said
No, it just is November.
Just soon, TM. So there's that. If you want to check that out, we'll post that in the show notes. I'm not going to go over all of it. It was just a lot of questions, a lot of answers. And they also talked about how Hex Primal did a summary of the Q&A that Cory Jones did on the forums. I believe it was earlier last week. I'm not sure the exact I think it was maybe Monday.
Yeah, it started on Monday.
I think it was Monday.
Yeah.
So Hex Primal did a great thing there by giving us a little summary of that, so we don't have to read through the thousands of forum pages that are mostly just.
By
Just-
sounds he made 50 pages or
That's
so.
too many for me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a lot. That's a lot
when
of
it
browsing.
goes-
1,000.
Might as
Because
well be
of
done.
the 10, he cannot count anymore.
Yeah, once I lose digits, man, it's over. Um, so we're gonna go over that in a little bit. We also got a few spoilers this week. We got one from the US Gamer Net, which is also posted in the Friday update if you want to check that one out. And we got one from where was that other one from?
CC?
I'm guessing from season.
I
Oh
guess,
no,
I guess.
Cory spoiled it, I believe, on his
Yeah.
Twitter. The Thomas Set Magistry. So we're gonna check those
I'm
out.
so good, and I was even trying.
you said CZE is different. It's person. All right. So let me just go ahead and do that. So the summary from the Q&A, we got some cool updates. Not necessarily dates per se, but we got some updates on when they are targeting for things to come out, which is definitely a step in the right direction, considering we've been in the dark for a little while. So they said they're targeting Set 2 to come out in November.
2014.
2014, yes.
Yeah,
I should,
2014.
I should probably have said
Make a note
2014,
about that.
considering it's been delayed already. But that does kind of conflict with the Hex 6 Open a little bit, potentially. Could come out after, could come out before. So we'll talk about that a little more later on. They're not sure if they're going to give us a... Go on.
What we were going to say is basically if Set 2 is released before the Open and the client is playable, we will go ahead and play with Set 2. Or Set 2 will be again on the Open series. If it's a mess, we'll have to push it down the line. We'll push it down the line. If it's close to unplayable or you cannot log in or whatever, because there's a bunch of stuff that can happen. We have seen in the past. So depending on how the servers and how many book cards and so forth, we'll do the Open or not. But but if nothing happens, it's still on the 22. And if there's an update, we'll update you as soon as we see how the state of the server is.
Yeah, essentially we're really hoping it comes out this week, so that we have a whole week to get you guys some cards and...
Probably not.
Hey, man. Miracles
Hey,
happen.
you never know. We could be surprised, but probably not.
I mean, I think that if it's going to happen, it's probably going to be on the week of the Open.
Yeah, probably.
So it's going to
Almo-
be really close. It's going to be a
almost
little bit of a
certainly.
mess. Yeah. I mean, they are not doing that despite us, but it sucks a little bit that it may conflict in that way.
To be honest, if it screws up the Open, I don't care. At least Set 2 is coming.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's the
And
important part, so.
to specify, the reason we're doing this is because Open with Set 2 is just way more interesting than Open with Set 1 for everybody. It could hurt some wallets, I understand that, and it sucks, but it'd just be more interesting and more fun for everybody to have a new format to attack and a bunch of new cards to play with. So while again can be an issue monetarily for people, it should make for a more interesting, more fun tournament overall.
And there's also one really important point. Set 1 decks are legal on set 1 and set 2 decks.
It's true. So you could just
That's true.
play. You could just play
You just
your
play your
I
set
have
one
creation deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can play I have creation decks. They're bad. I've been playing with them a lot. They're not that great.
Yeah,
I mean, you can still play Gorfist. I'm pretty sure you can beat set 2 decks with Gorfist.
Yeah, I mean, you could lose to
Probably.
Gorfeast no matter what's in the deck. You
It's
keep playing
true.
just Baby Edge and still lose to Gorfeast. It happens.
Fish hands, gotcha.
All right. So next thing they're saying with set two is that they're unsure if they're going to have a spoiler list, and this also goes into the next part of this, which they said they weren't going to do spoiler lists words. Right, they're tough.
Take a
Um,
breath.
because they want to have the release events that they're said they may have a little launch event for. They want to have the release events be sort of a surprise for everybody. They come in there with fresh, even though we know about half the set already. But that's neither here nor there. They want people come in fresh and play with the cards for the first time, and get a nice fresh mind take on it. I'm gonna say fresh a lot because it seems like
Mind take.
yeah, mind take. You know,
Yeah, this
it's a card
was.
set too, I think.
Yeah, Cory talked about this. It was quite a while ago. It wasn't on this thread, but
I think it was on
it's
the charity event.
It was on the
yeah,
charity event. Yep.
it probably was on the charity event. Yeah, he talked about stuff like that. That he didn't want to have full spoilers, so people discover the cards and draft. I really don't like that, but I can understand how people like to discover the new cards in draft. I'd rather have the full spoiler set to know what or so I can start brewing and know what we're gonna expect.
Yeah.
But I can understand that it has a casual appeal not to know the cards. But
I
we'll
mean,
see.
Yeah, I mean,
go on.
good. I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, it's kind of nice. It seems like CZ is pushing limited formats a little more than constructed formats, which is fine. Corey has a real passion about uh, sealed and just limited draft. So, doing this kind of little event, it kind of lets people go crazy the first couple of days, go on a drafting spree, and then later on you'll figure out. I mean, it took how long for people to figure out this metagame? I mean, we still got different decks popping up here and there. So it's kind of nice to not have the spoilers early, but with tournaments and everything else being in the works, it kind of sucks because people are just going to be flying off the handle without much testing, most likely. But whatever.
Yeah. All right. And another thing they said there, which is kind of exciting for you collector tier havers out there, the two AAs for the collector's tier for set two will be given out at the launch of the set. So this one we had to wait a little while to get, which understandably because it was still in alpha and beta and all that stuff. So this one you should be getting immediately, in theory at least. Maybe things could change.
There's also one great thing about the collector tiers inside two is that we are not getting starter rares.
You didn't know that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure about it because we are not getting. There are no starter rares on set two, starter packs on set two. So
They're gonna do
there's
reprints.
zero chance we get a
They're
starter
reprints.
rare.
They're gonna
There are
reprint
no
Master Theory
starter rares
Crafter so you can
on
get
starter
that as set
pack.
two again.
Yeah, I was really happy with the Master Theory Craft.
It looks sweet though, to be fair.
I don't like it. If you like it so much, you could put it on VIP and I get the Grog or the Inquisitor, because I didn't like having a starter rare as the collector alternate art.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. They should have had the
I
Master
thought we
Theory
were getting
Crafter
the
being the
Marvel
VIP
at
as
first,
opposed to
but
Grok or whatever.
yeah.
I mean, I would say Grok because I'm happy I have my playset of alternate art Inquisitors, so I wouldn't want those to be not in the VIPs, but I understand it. Okay, so then for future sets, they've already said this before, they're gonna have 3 to 4 months between each set, which is good. Again, hopefully that stays true and they don't have to push
Needs
anything
to be.
back.
Needs to be.
It does need to be,
Card
yes.
games cannot be stale. They need to add content every couple of months. And this date it's more moving forward when releases is done and so forth. So although set two may come this month or next month, there may be quite a while till set three. Probably not as long between set one and set two, but still maybe it can be 5 to 6 months.
Though, again, to be
Right.
fair,
Because-
the reason there was such a delay between set 1 and set 2 is that set 1 was through all of alpha and beta. So we got into it earlier. So technically,
No,
if you
but
went from
if
beta
you're,
to now
if you're
set
counting out
2.
from like the end of February or the beginning of March, it's still 8 months or something like that between the set one was finalized with the last update. I think it was March. The last patch of the alpha that did all the fixes
I
or
think
the last
their
changes.
concern was to mostly go from like, I mean, they wanted it out in August. Obviously, they said that, but I think they're also
Yeah.
hoping to have open beta around August as well. I think they're pushed back because of bugs and whatnot. So I think their plan was to have it be open beta. 3 months after that would be then set two. Then 3 months after that would be set three, and so on and so forth. But things obviously got pushed back from them just getting swamped with
Oh,
bugs
oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
the
I
new
mean, the
Unity.
plan may be just to have the set three on. I mean, if it's November, December, January, February, March, I guess, is the date for set three. I'm saying that it's probably going to be more, well, like something like June or July.
I'd be fine with it being 5 or 6 months until set three. But after that, it's got to get trimmed down.
Yeah,
It needs to be
Yeah.
every 3 to 4 months. Otherwise, people are just going to get bored with it, and they're going to go look for entertainment other places. So, to keep fresh and to keep the money flowing for CZ and to keep them pumping out content, I mean, they need to keep fresh every so often. So,
Yeah.
hopefully, they stick to that.
well, set three is currently being coded with set four and five are in design. So hopefully they can meet that goal of after it comes out this month. Hope set two comes out this month, and then February, whatever it would be. Um, hopefully they have set three, and then they can continue going 3 months from there. Because again, very necessary, and it again keeps things excited. Is always good. Helps with the tournament series and all that stuff too as well. Um, so we got the first announcement of anything PVE related. When we can expect that would be December 2014. That's the arena. Um, Phase 1 will be PvP champions. Phase 2 will be able to play as mercenaries. And all your PvE Kickstarter rewards will be given out around that time. So that's pretty cool. We get to at least a month from now, in theory at least. Again, things could get pushed back. We should be able to
More
start.
like 2 months from now, I think. I think we're getting no. What I mean is, I think the chance of we getting it, the 9th of December or the 10th of December are really really low.
I
As
was
we're
just saying
probably
towards the end
getting
of
the
December.
yeah. I think if we get it on December, I think it's way more likely to have it at the end of December.
Yeah, I agree with
And the
that.
thing is that I don't know how are they going to be working on the in the whole days, so there's a really really good chance it get pushed after to January,
Yeah, I mean that's fine
in
too.
my
I mean,
opinion.
as
No,
long as
yeah,
they give
yeah,
us some
I'm
idea of
just
where
I'm
it's
just saying.
at.
Yeah,
Like every time they ever post anything on Facebook, there's at least 15, well, at least like three posts saying PVE. Like that's the only post they say is just PVE question mark.
Yeah.
So I was just saying for them to like, oh, okay, December, because they've been very hush hush about it because obviously they want it to be a surprise. It's a very new thing. They want people to come into it and be excited and play it and enjoy it and all that stuff. So they don't want to give away too much of it. So now we got a date at least for the first part of PVE, which is the arena, and that should hopefully, you know, help us with our cravings for PVE. What else we got here?
yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing is that the arena is probably one dungeon. The thing is, I don't know how much players can squish out of the arena because people are super excited about it, but I don't know. I don't know what people expect from the arena. I don't expect it to be a super long dungeon of I don't know.
They're
I
saying
think
20 plus
people.
hours.
Yeah, it's 20 plus
That
hours isn't
seems
bad.
pretty long.
And with two difficulties too, so you can do it the normal first time, 20 hours, second time hardcore or
Gonna take you
whatever
more
it's
than
called.
20 hours the second time.
Hopefully it's called mythical. I want to
Yeah,
say it's
I
gonna be
mean,
called mythical.
in theory, what they
After
were
my
saying about the other difficulty, it was basically Highlander difficulty
oh, well, that's
that
still
you play.
difficult.
Yeah, that's what they said ages ago. I think that's maybe during the Kickstarter. So they may have changed that,
Yeah, it's
but
possible.
I don't know. I don't think the arena is going to be that long. Because game developers always say X amount of hours, and it's rarely that many hours. And if it's 20 hours, I think it's maybe 10 and 10 if one model difficulty and the other model difficulty. I
Well,
don't
they're
know.
saying 20. They're saying 20 plus hours for the average person. So somebody
Obviously,
that's
it's gonna
not
take an
great at the
hour for
game,
me.
you know what I mean? Somebody newer. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
system
yeah.
knows.
What I'm saying is, it's just going to be a dungeon, and I don't know. I mean, this is going to be really, really hype. I just want to make sure that people
Rain on
are
the
not
parade. What you're
disappointed.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want to
don't
just tell
get twisted.
everyone,
It's
oh,
just going to
everything's
be
gonna
one
suck.
dungeon. There are going to be, I think, 9 or 10 on release. So people that, I mean, the thing is that if a lot of people are just going to the PvE, maybe they are expecting maybe something super big, and I'm just saying that Beware is just the first step from PvE. Don't get super excited. There's more to come, and so forth.
I mean, get super excited. I mean, it's the first part of PvE. That's what a lot of people bought into the game for, like, is to
It's
play
just not going to be
PvE.
very extensive.
So it's
It's
not
for
going to be
testing
the
Yeah,
purposes.
entirety of it, but
what I
still
mean.
get excited for it.
I mean, running the same dungeon over and over and over and over and over and over. Yeah, you can
Get that
spend
grind on, man.
a lot of time, but that's
I
not
know a thing or two about
super
grinding,
fun.
man. Don't question me and my grinding
Grinding
skills.
gold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's fine, but people don't join grinding too much
I was
for the
referring to
most part.
dancing more than gold, but whatever. Um, so they said you're gonna be able to open chests with the release of the arena, which is again December. So that's cool. We get to finally open all these chests we've accrued from cracking packs and such.
I think I have a couple of chests. I'll have to check next time I log
A couple thousand of chance, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure I have more chests than cards at this point. Double backs are planned for the first half of 2015, so that's kind of nice. There's a lot of first half of 2015s, which again to me would probably signify more likely April. What's that half? That's quarter. Well, I'm gonna say that most of these are gonna be towards the end of the first half of 2015, would be my guess for a lot of them. Obviously, they're gonna trickle some of them in, so like maybe things like double back will come in earlier, and things like crafting will come in towards the end of that. But a lot of this 2015 stuff I would expect, again towards the end of it. 40 dungeons are done in terms of design, which is pretty cool. Now working on engineering, that's nice to hear. So that's if they said 14 to be the release number. Is that correct?
on.
I think it was 20, and then the stretch goal
Not
made
sure
it
of that.
more or something like that. I'm not sure.
On
But
release, it's 20.
I think it was on release 20. I have to check back on the Kickstarter because I think it was a stretch goal. I think it was 9 on the opening, and due to the stretch goal, it was 20 on release or something like that.
Well, it's good that they're getting ahead of where they need to be. If they
I
only
mean,
needed
yeah.
20 to come out, then having 40 designed is nice to be ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
And
but the main pro is to have them coded more than
oh
design.
well, yeah,
Because
obviously.
Yeah. The design's the
so
easy part, but
well, it's
that'll
not
hold them
really the
over
easy
for
part,
a
but
couple of years probably.
yeah, I'm not saying that the design is the easy part. I'm just saying that right now the hurdle they have is more technological or engineering part than design part because people have been designing stuff for ages, but coding dungeons and for TCG, making that digital TCG, it's a first. So I think that's where the most troublesome part is.
All right. And then the next thing. Sorry, I was reading ahead of you, so I didn't fully pay attention to what you're saying. Um, the next thing we got from PvE here is that the plan is to have PvE playable during downtime for PvP events, which is amazing for us streamers because during downtime I kind of want to just turn my stream off a lot of times. It gets to be pretty awful. But this will not be available at the arena launch, so we'll have to wait until we get actual dungeons and the mini games and all of PVE before
Yeah,
they're
you
gonna
have
have
to
that
do
coming in.
the fantastic thing about opening two clients. Have a second account, and you just move the account to the main page.
What else we got? Or anything else you guys are seeing interesting on that part there?
Yeah, that we are not going to get gold anymore with the PvP tournaments once the arena is released. So if
That's
you
good to
want to
know.
keep
Yeah.
spinning on chess, you're going to have to do some PvE or some arena.
That's good. I mean, I'm planning on just playing predominantly like again after playing so much PvP of set one. Like when I get the arena, I'm probably gonna play through all of those things like 100 times just because I need something new.
That's what I'm saying. Don't bank too much on the arena. I think it's going to be.
Well, that would
I'm
be
sure
nice
it's
to
going to be
switch it
fun.
up.
I'm just saying that don't run it 100 times because you're going to get burned.
Is that a is that a pun because burns a card in Hex?
Nope.
Haha.
You saying it
Dude.
burned me?
Nope.
No, okay, fell flat. Um, so one thing they have here, which is kind of intriguing because they were talking about this for a while, the Dragon Blood starter. It says it is coming, but they're waiting on the availability to add foils to the EA cards, which I'm not sure what an EA is exactly. I want to say it was going to be each, but I don't know what exactly EA means. But it is cool that that means that at least some of the cards are going to be foil, which is sweet for sure.
We knew that already.
I didn't read the Kickstarter, man. I just paid. I was one of those just here's my money. That's all that was. Like, oh, this game looks awesome. Here's my money. Don't care what it comes with. So, yeah, I found that out now. Hopefully you guys did too. So I don't sound like a complete
Oh,
idiot.
EA is extended art cards.
There we go. Look at that.
I had to read it because I don't
Look
know
at the
what
big
they're saying.
brains on Brad.
This is why we have him here, because
Yeah, they're
English is my second language.
Yeah, yeah.
Idiot is first.
Yes.
What is a little bit annoying is that we still don't know what the list of the Dragon Blood starter is. So the people that have the Dragon Blood may have already bought copies of the card that we are going to get on the Dragon Blood starter and stuff like that, which is a little bit annoying. But oh well.
Yeah, I don't have any Kickstarter rewards, so
Yeah, I have
I
two
don't know
Dragon
what
Blood
to do.
starters, so I know that I at least going to get to Uranus. I hope I get to Uranus because I haven't bought two additional Uranus. I'm hoping to get it there.
So they have an
So-
update on VIP tournaments down here as well. That alternate arts will always be part of their reward structure, even post VIP tournaments. Which, I mean, if it's about VIP tournaments, I don't know how there's a post VIP tournament. If it is a VIP tournament, am I missing something there?
They're saying that, I mean,
Does that mean that every tournament has alternate arts in it now?
yeah, that's the thing that, I mean, doesn't have to be the on-demand queues, but we hope or expect that they're going to be scheduled tournaments, like the 128 man. There's probably going to be the equivalent of dailies in TGO, so those probably reward the alternate arts.
That'd be a lot of alternate arts going around. Then those are going to be worth like nothing. Then
Yeah.
that's kind of unfortunate. Hopefully, that's not what that
the,
means.
The
'cause
one point of the
that's-
alternate art is just to, if you like them, you can get them. It's not making them super special is not really that great.
I mean, I was enjoying selling my alternate art Grogs for like $15. That
Yeah,
felt
that's
good.
pretty nice.
I got like $45 out of the VIP tournaments the other day, so that was pretty sweet. But like that's
Yeah, but the thing is that they could make it for you just make it super scarce and they go super high in price, but really CCE doesn't make any money out of that. So for them, it's just better to have them more available, so people just join more tournaments to get them because they get the money from the tournaments.
yeah. I mean, I definitely understand that because
It's really easy to see.
if you look at like scheduled events now, I have to literally beg people to join constructed scheduled events now. Like I'm in there saying like, my mother is very ill. I need you to do this so that I don't, you know, suffocate her with a
Whatever it
pillow or
takes.
something. So like it's pretty tough to get a scheduled event to fire off nowadays, which is probably because again set one people don't really want to play it. I'm sure it's set two to fire off more often, but they also
Oh.
add an alternate art cards, which is what you're saying that it seems like they're going to be doing. Then that's gonna definitely help that spark up because if you see the VIP events fire off like nobody's business, those things go off like constantly. So
Yeah.
let's hope that happens because that'd be really nice to have. I love playing in them. It's great for streaming. You get 4 rounds at least to play in. If you, especially the VIP ones, if you get 2 wins, you still get something, which is tremendous. Because 2 wins from a scheduled event, you get nothing, which is why a lot of people don't play in them. I'm sure as well. So it'd be nice if they did, do a similar prize patch for the VIP tournaments as well as scheduled.
Yeah, what I'm saying too is that alternate art cards, they could make them as cards if they want to reward some amount of people with them. That makes sense, but these kind of cards doesn't really make sense to make them as cards because it's only going to drive up the price and
Yeah.
it gives them no benefit.
Like
So
the
that's
Kickstarter
why-
rewards made sense to be alternate
Yeah,
arts because
exactly.
you're helping them
But
fund
because
the
they are
project.
rewarding the people that made the Kickstarter.
Exactly.
So that's understandable and it's fine. But
Rewarding people for
that's
paying
the thing,
$4
that
a month. or
alternate art
something
cards
like
are rewards to a specific, make them scarce and be rewards to a specific people. Or just make them more available to everyone and make them the rewards of making top 8 in some tournaments or whatever.
Speaking of sweet alternate arts, this is one I actually forgot to add in the show notes here, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. Baby Yeti getting a retransformation back to its original art, which was better. His card's
Yeah.
still awful, but the art was better, so at least
Oh,
there's that.
didn't we said that the BGT was a bomb on the last
I
podcast?
mean, it's been a bomb the entirety of the time, but that's only because I'm telling these people it's awful so they don't draft it so I can get all the baby Yetis. It's just my secret strategy in life. Um, I'm a baby Yeti hoarder. What can I tell you? But yeah, that's getting alternate art as well for being in the beta. I believe it was. You get it's the beta
Yep.
rewards, so that's
Before
cool.
they, yeah, before they took down the beta queue restriction.
All you baby
I,
Yeti fanatics get to get your baby Yetis.
I have like 30 of them, so if anybody wants one, just hit me up. I
Just sent
stopped
out.
like I get mad when it's my
Don't you
last
dare,
pick
Indormi.
in a draft.
Don't you dare. Ooh.
I know you're gonna say. I have enough Zodiac Shamans to last me about 90 months if I happen to find a zombie apocalypse. I can live off eating Zodiac Shamans. So, it's not got that going baby eaters as well.
You just grab them. You're going to disenchant all the Zodiac Shamans.
That's true. You guys just gave me I'm gonna get a million Ozawas because obviously they turn into
You're gonna corner the
Ozawa.
market on crafting now.
All right. So now we go on to the spoilers. For the YouTube viewers, this is the images are stretched. They're gigantic. I'm sorry if they look like garbage. They're just they're large. So we've got
For shame.
Prince Taliesin is the first one which is spoiled in that U.S. Gamer article that I was talking about before, and it's a sweet one. And I want Phoenix to tell me
Well,
about it because Phoenix was the one who's most excited about it. So go on.
I mean, I'm not saying like it's my favorite card ever,
I
but
heard you
I
say it was
think
your
it has a
favorite card
couple
ever.
of
yeah, you
spots.
said that before. You said that
I did
before.
not say that.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
I did not say
We
that.
all
I
heard it.
said there's a couple of spots where I see this card fitting into. I mean, it's a 3-drop, 3/1, double threshold ruby. When it deals combat damage to opposing champion, void the top card of your deck. Play that card for free. Now, Indormi's going to rag all over this card later on. And you have to note that you do have to, you're forced to play that card from the wording. I mean, it might not be coded this way. They might have to change the wording on the card. But the way that it's worded, you have to play that voided card for free. So with some decks, it could be bad.
Really bad.
There's things that you don't want to flip, like a murder when the person across the table doesn't have any troops or anything. Yes, that can happen. But if you build your deck where this guy is utilized, it could be pretty sweet, I think. Human Inspire deck, flip over a troop, play it. Flip over a burn spell, play it. Flip over a draw spell, play it. You don't put cards that could negatively affect you if you're going to be trying to get through with this guy. And it doesn't even need to be a 4 of in a deck, I don't think. You can play 2 of these to round out a curve if you're looking for a couple more 3-drops, which
You
obviously
shouldn't
there's
be
a bunch of
looking.
3-drops.
Yeah,
There's more than enough for 3 jobs in the world. Yeah.
But I see there's a couple applications where you're flipping over a burn spell and just throw it at their face, or you flip over a buccaneer, you get to bounce something,
Flip over a
or you
Crash
don't have to
Beast.
because it's a May.
You got a lot of flipping Born to the Grounds and play them for 3-0.
I mean, but
That's so good.
You wouldn't play Baron of the Ground
look
in
at
this deck.
I'm gonna
There are
say
not
something
enough
here.
Born to do anything else.
I'm not comparing the two. I'm gonna preface this with I'm not comparing the two. But if you look at a card like Bloodbraid Elf, again, not comparing the two.
Nope.
Not comparing the two.
No, way
But
out of line.
but you did play that card, and then sometimes people would side into things like Demon Fire, which was an X spell that didn't that sucked to flip into. It was awful. Or you'd play if you were playing Rug, you'd play Jason it too. So you'd flip into these cards that you don't want to flip into, but you do because you're playing Bloodbraid Elf because it's an amazing card. This you can still flip into kind of magic. Yeah, it sucks at that time, but you're gonna have more cards that are gonna be better to flip into than worse. So like
Okay.
you're flipping into a kind of magic occasionally, but then you're also gonna flip into a Crash a Beast and be
Let
like,
me
oh
destroy
hey,
your argument.
Crash a Beast, what's going on? Go on, yeah, feel
Let me-
free.
Nice to
Let me
flip
wreck
into
your
a Crash
argument.
Beast.
So
I'm
bad.
just saying the card is not Bloodbraid Elf. Definitely
Okay.
saying it's not Bloodbraid Elf. I'm also saying it's not awful.
Okay, for starters, the main difference between Bloodbraid Elf and this one, Bloodbraid Elf you cast it, and it already did something. This one, it has to connect.
If you connect with
So
it, it already did
that's
something
a
though.
huge different world. And that's happening. Also, with the cascade mechanic, you are not forced to play what you flip. For example, if you flipped a removal spell, and your opponent has nothing on board, you're not forced to kill your own
Look,
dude
it's obviously not. It's obviously not
because that's a known
Cascade. It's
board.
obviously not Cascade. I'm just saying, free things in general are free and awesome free things are what I'm all about. So I'm saying, with cards like Crash Abuse existing, with cards like Relentless Corruption existing, you could flip into just crazy, disgusting escalation
Yeah,
spells, which are
you
just
can also
really
flip.
nice.
You can also flip the 9/9 or 8/8 with double
You
socket.
could also flip into, your mother. You could flip into your mother. Who knows? Who knows what you're flipping to? That's the puzzle. You gotta you make flip. You can start
You
your
can
deck to
flip
make
into
it
a
work,
Kraken.
and
You can flip into
You
a
can
occasionally
flip
flip
Kraken.
into
into things.
so much stuff.
Okay, but look,
So
what I'm saying is, like, yeah, occasionally you flip into a research when you want to hit something else, but you can flip into a
that's
Crash
also
the
one
Beast
of the things
or
that if you flip a resource and you have already played a resource, I don't know if you can play it or not, if it's going to come into play
It's
or not.
forcing you, so it shouldn't.
it
So
should,
that
I
would be nice.
think, but I'm not
I'm not
sure.
sure. I'm not sure
It'd be a super
There'd be
ramp
that
spell.
enforcer action there.
I'm
that's not
just saying
Forcer,
the card's
that's
not as
more
awful as you're gonna make it
die-ups or
seem in my
whatever.
opinion. That's all. My point is that you're gonna make this card seem awful, and it's not that bad.
You're starting saying that that card is great, that card is good, that card is not bad,
I didn't. I never
and now
once
you
said
said it's
great.
not that bad.
I never once said great. I said the card's sweet, and
Okay, sweet, whatever.
Bloodborne Elf
So,
is a
so,
card
so,
that
so can I start
exists.
talking about the card, please? Because this is nowhere
I don't know
near
if we have
talking
enough
about.
time for that.
Okay, so let's start talking about the design standpoint. First of all, I have no idea why this card voids the top card of your deck. Why that is necessary in a digital TCG like Hex. I have no idea why that's relevant, and it doesn't
Well,
say
I think.
reveal the top card and just play it because there's
Well, no, I think
literally
it has
zero
to do with
difference.
void because they don't want to enable graveyard strategies through red. I
Yeah,
think is the point of
if
that.
it gets countered, then it's already voided out. It won't go to the
No,
graveyard,
but
which could
no,
be
no,
relevant.
but no, because you played for free, and if they can't, it doesn't say that it goes to the void when it dies. So it voiding the card and playing it for free, it has absolutely zero meaning instead of just rebuilding the top card and playing it for free.
My guess is that if it
Oh,
gets countered, it goes to the void. That would be my guess as to
It
why they have
doesn't
it
say
worded like that
anything,
way.
so it's not that way.
yeah, it
I
might
think
not.
it's also, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that in Magic, if you play the card from the XL with an ability like that, like for example Chandras, it doesn't go to the void. You just cast it, and it's gone. Because the thing is that with the exile effects that happen in Magic, is that if you don't play it that turn, it just goes forever. But the thing is that this one is forcing you to play it, so it's not that it's going to be gone forever.
Yeah,
Because
I
it
don't know.
forces you to play it. So
I mean, there might be future things where stuff there's void interactions and everything like that.
Also,
yeah, I
one more
mean,
thing before you go any further, Indormi. The play that card for free thing, I think, does mean it can't be countered because you can't counter Angel of Dawn. And it says the exact same words,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
probably
yeah.
won't be
It's
able to
probably
counter
not
anything.
going to be able to be countered. Yeah,
Hey, man,
that's true.
uncounterable Crash the Beast. What's up, man? Make my point even stronger. What's up? How's it going?
Yeah, well, one of
Double
the
green,
things.
double red on three.
Hey, man. Turn one, Howling Brave.
So that means that it would ignore a threshold as well,
Yeah,
Yep.
if
which is kind of nice.
Yep.
Splashing for Crash the Beast, my Ruby Sapphire deck. What's up, man?
So the first thing first is that as it's forcing you to play the cards, it's really, really not the way to play with some of the cards. As Mythic has said, and I have pointed out, if you flip up a murder and you only have one troop in play, or your opponent doesn't have any troops that are targetable, you are going to be forced to kill your own dude. It doesn't play nice with X spells because X is usually zero when this happens when you play stuff for free. So it really only works nice with, as Phoenix says, in aggressive strategies and proactive strategies, and you want to flip out burn spells or more troops. It's really not great to flip most of the stuff because it's really you really don't want to play stuff that could not be great for you. And the other thing is that in those linear proactive strategies, having a 3-1 for 3 with double threshold that needs to connect to do something is not the greatest, especially when we have much better bodies, for example, with the 4-3 Minotaur and stuff like that. Because the one toughness, it's really, really, really problematic. As it's more or less confirmed that we're going to have an Arc Lightning kind of card in set 2. It deals 3 points of damage distributed as you want. So having one toughness, it's really, 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 really bad.
Wasn't that changed to Cannon Volley?
No,
No. Okay.
no. The RTS basically is a mage that is zapping 3 bubble hoppers with a staff.
Yeah, card may have been cut though. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they just replaced it with Cannon Volley.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not has not been replaced by cannon volley.
Card sweet.
It's all right.
Go on.
Well, what,
I've done some testing with it. It's
I
all
mean,
right.
well, the thing is that the other the stuff that you want to flip and cast for free, you really want to flip really big stuff and so forth. That's like the dream world. You just flip a Wild Good Colossus and an Argus and stuff like that. But
Free
having a
Rathwoods,
3-1
man.
in that kind of deck, it really sucks. So I don't think it's great in those decks. You want to have it to cheat the stuff into play, but it's not great in those decks because it really requires um, too much preparation for that to work, and it's also random because we don't have any effects to control the top card of your deck either. So even if you set it up perfectly, you're still at the mercy of your top of the deck to cheat the stuff into play. So that's not the greatest. So again, I think it's only decent in linear aggressive strategies, and I'd rather just play something else than this guy. It's also legendary, or
Unique.
or unique, yeah. So having more than one, it's really bad. And still, it has to connect to anything, which is not what you want to be doing in 3-drops. Again, there's still the magic Hesmaland when you play this guy, play Gorefist, and you just stop taking another Gorefist,
I was about to say that, man. You ruined my magical Christmas land.
and you just
Chaining
kill him.
Gorefeast for days, man.
I mean, with extra combat phases effect, this effect is really powerful. But again, it has to connect the first time for that to happen. If it was on attack, it will be quite different.
Crushing
It would be
blow.
busted if it was on attack. All you gotta do is turn it sideways. Play a free
Yep.
card. No,
Yeah, I mean, it still
Not
needs
good.
to do anything.
no, I know.
So-
I mean, it's not anything incredible. I just think it's. Well,
I mean,
always
it's
think cards are
legendary.
a little bit better than you think.
It's legendary, man.
That's true.
Prince
It's
Fabio,
legendary and
man.
unique.
But whatever. Like Indormi Crusher of Dreams,
Yeah, right.
ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, Crispin Hexlang does a 6 and it will happen, and you can also flip Ragefire and then Ragefire and then Ragefire and kill your opponent because he had no interaction. But at that point, you will have just won the same game with a 4-3. 4-3. Attack him 3 times.
I think it's confirmed that Indormi is the first raid boss from the arena.
He is.
Indormi Crusher of Dreams.
Comet strike every 3 turns.
That's
Come at me,
a
bro.
PvE boss. That's a PvE boss. I will be flipping Common Strike all the time.
Alright.
Of course, Mythic is going to be flipping Trial of Faith from this guy.
No.
It's
No.
so good.
My infatuation with Trial of Faith has ended long ago. It's now gone to Spear. I've been crushing people's Spear. It's been just tremendous. It's been hilarious.
I mean, this guy to
Sounds so bad.
By
it's
crushing people, I mean I
fantastic
killed
with
like
the spear deck,
5
man.
people.
You can get 2 spear a turn.
That's a fast clock.
That's a combo. That's a combo.
All right.
You just need to have 30 spears in your deck to be able to do it, but
Hey man, I've gotten the 30 spears before. Let's not talk about the spears right now, okay? We're gonna go to this next card, which is Tim Step Magistrate.
we can call him Dali Wizard.
What was that? Deli Wizard?
Dali. You know
Tally?
the painter? Yeah.
I
Whatever.
don't know what you're talking about.
He's talking about the. Never mind.
The bendy
Yeah.
clocks thing that you're talking about? That painting? I don't know the dude's name.
Let's go on.
Okay.
Alright, so what's this troop do?
It is a little bit embarrassing.
It's a
Let's go for it.
3-cost double sapphire for a 2/3 human mage called Time Step Magistrate. With a basic 1-shot, pay 2, void another target human, then put the voided card into play. When I first read it, I didn't read human. I was like, that card's awesome. I'm gonna void everything. It's gonna be just tremendous. Play Filtgate, everything's gone. I'm just gonna make everything be tremendous. Then I read human, and I was like, well, that sucks, because now my dreams are crushed.
You didn't read basic 1-shot pay 2?
I missed that whole part too. I read void another target thing, then
You
put
read
that
Resto
thing
Angel.
into
That's
play. Yes, I read Resto Angel. I was looking at the wrong card. Though, to be fair, art on this card is tremendous. I
It is
love
very
this.
Vertical in Dolly Wizard.
This is
very
exactly what
nice.
I want to look like when I get older. If I can choose one person to idolize myself, it's gonna be I'm gonna bend clocks all day. That's it. But again, to get onto the actual card, the voiding the target human part is pretty huge. While you can void some cool humans, you can void legionnaires, falconers, stuff of
That's
that nature. It's
overkill.
still not very impressive, and the yeah legionnaires are overkill for sure. Um, I want to love this card, but I don't think it
Yeah,
has its
he
place
loved
in
the
my
card
heart.
before the podcast, and I crossed his dream again.
Because you read it to me.
That
Reading
motive too.
tends to crush my dreams. That's why I don't do it too much. That's how it works.
So Phoenix, go ahead.
I, I, I don't know. I think he's fine.
I
Like
mean, he's fine. It's an
there's
uncommon.
certain interactions you can have with like you said, falconers or whatever. Even like true safe, sure shot, turtle soul, whatever
Shelf
the
safe,
turtle
sure
thing
shot.
is. Yeah, whatever his name is. Any of the pet guys is kind of nice. You just get another body on the board, so it's just value that way. It could be a sideboard card for control decks against human decks. I mean, that's really slim, but you can void the other humans. It doesn't say only your humans, so
They come back
you
and
could
play
blink
though.
something for a turn.
So I mean,
Doesn't really
Yeah,
do anything, but I'm just thinking of different ways to look
I
at the
mean,
card because
it works if they blocking with Atenta and King Gravel, so your troop doesn't die. But you can just put your own troop if it's. I mean, it has to be your troop is not it's not a human. They attack you, you block with it, and you flicker their guy so it doesn't deal damage or something like that.
yeah,
if we
which
do
is
get
very
something,
narrow, but I mean it's there. There's different
It's
lines
there,
of
it's
play with
there.
the card. And then you could use it for value. You could just re-blink a higher cost troop and it'll trigger all the other inspires that are on the board that are lower cost than it. So I mean, it's just whatever. It's not crazy. I'm sure there could be some kind of combo deck we haven't seen all set too.
yeah, I was about to
Yeah,
say the same thing. If we get a good human that likes being
Like
voided out,
reverts a troop.
nah, the reverting part wouldn't be. It'd have to
yeah.
be like come
No,
into
the
play,
revert
do
part
something,
isn't
and
really.
revert target card. That you have
Yeah,
to read that to then
yeah.
be like busted with this. But other
Deal
than
two
like
damage, revert target troop.
that'd be fine. Yeah, just infinite combo somebody, and get infinite mana as well. Do
Yeah,
that
We'll
that's
part.
the
figure
thing.
that out. That
Gain
comes
two
later. That
resources,
comes
deal two
later.
damage, revert two troops. There you go. We call it deuces. Um,
Johnny
um,
two times right there. There you go.
but again,
Good
if we get
card.
something like a snapcaster mage type effect, again, not to kind of say, oh, I want to play magic instead of hex, but like if we get something like that where it's also a human and has a sweet come into play effect, then it'd probably be
Man,
okay.
yeah. But the thing is, we are not even close to get a
Oh,
Snapcaster
I
Magic.
mean, we shouldn't. That
No, that's
card's
not happening.
But
crazy.
yeah, I will totally buy back my Snapcaster Mage for 2 mana.
But I'm
That's for
just
sure.
saying, like Buccaneers are sweet when about to void because their come into play ability is usually fairly relevant. Even if you're playing like a mono sapphire deck, you could void your Buccaneer, get it back, bounce your Grok, replay the Grok, type deal.
Yep.
That's a play you could do with cards and resources. Um,
Well, this also
You can
works as just a
also
revert spell as well on one of your own troops or one of the other,
no,
it
no.
one of
doesn't
your own
revert them;
humans.
they stay the
It
same.
doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, they don't revert. Yeah, going to the
It's
void.
permanent
Oh,
effects.
that's right. It doesn't. Their stats stay the same.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the things that even if you had the infinite mana, you couldn't combo kill someone by boiling 2 times with us one after the other because they don't get the one shot effect back. Because if it was Christmas, because I thought about this, if it was Christmas Super Hexland, but it has to be really Christmas because you have to replicate those gambit first to make them artifacts. Okay, so now you can start, and you have a machinist. I know why do you replicate those gambit instead of machinist, but just keep there, just keep listening. So you replicate those gambit and you have artifacts. So every time they get into play, they'll deal 1 damage thanks to the mechanism. So then you have to make infinite mana somehow,
No problem.
and if it revert every time they void it, you could make them void each other, 2 of them bounce each other. So
That
you
sounds
void
terrible.
one, and it deals one and deals one. It's terrible because it's Christmas Super Hexland. I'm not saying, but that cannot even happen because it's one shot and voiding. We at least know that voiding doesn't affect the stats or make them back to the original. Just doesn't revert. So yeah, if you point another times that with or with this, it's not going to get the one shot back. So it is a little bit whatever. I'm a little bit sad about this card because I think Cory spoiled it. Well, didn't spoil the card. He said that the time step with her
Whoops.
existed and had this effect or similar effect, but he didn't say that it causes two. It was basic action one shot. We supposed that it was when enter play, it just flickers another troop,
Hmm.
which it's really disappointing now to see this. Basically,
To be
And
fair,
they
he didn't
probably
know that
tested
he
it and
wasn't
found
sure
out
what
it
the
was
card
way too
did.
powerful that way.
it's not really that powerful. I mean, it's really good, but I'm
On
just saying.
interplay, void and return.
I
That's
think he said it had flash and had this
No, he
ability.
didn't say it had
I
flash.
I I
That's
mean
the point.
the problem was like he again he said he wasn't sure
Yeah.
exactly what it did with something like
Yeah,
that.
it was our fault that we assumed it was
Yeah.
what we
Yeah,
wanted.
obviously.
I know. I'm saying. I mean, I'm pretty sure he said he did not have flash. I
I
mean,
mean
if this car had flash, it will be way different. But because the thing is that
But
if you
still
have the
basic, so it wouldn't be good.
yeah whatever oh yeah
it could be a really
yeah
good combat
it
trick,
will
I
have flash
guess.
and it will be basic one shot for sure. But what the thing is that for example the flicker effect if he doesn't have flash like I assume the time step with her was a dude when it enters play, it flickers another guy, but it doesn't have flash. So the stuff you can do with it is limited, and it probably has the clause that it cannot target a time step with her or something like that. So it makes the infinite combos way less likely. So that kind of troop is fine because it also forces you to flicker. Well, not forces you, but it only flickers troops and stuff like that. So it's way well. We didn't know even it flicker troops, but we cannot flicker our resource like we can do in the other games. So there's less choice in that, so it's less powerful and so forth. So I thought the card was fine, but seeing it, I mean, it's an uncommon, so we know that the power level can be through the roof. But having a 3 drop that does absolutely nothing when it does play, and you have to pay 2 at basic action, so I don't know. I mean, to be fair, they cannot kill you in response if you have the 5 resources because you keep priority. But at that point, I'd rather play a good 5th drop than just figure one of my troops in 99% of the cases.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that I assumed it was a one shot ability when it come into play, but it would also
Yeah.
cost 0. So it would be coming to play one shot, pay 0, flicker a dude.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was at least. So again, the paying 2, the basic part of it, all kind of underwhelming. Again, it is an uncommon, so the power level makes sense to be underwhelming. But I think when we heard the card originally, we all had super high hopes, and then seeing it was like,
I mean, we were expecting a Flicker Wisp.
yeah,
I mean, I think Flicker Wisp is uncommon. If I'm not mistaken.
yeah, it is
Yep.
3-1 for 3.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's not crazy powerful. I mean, it's good. It has really good synergies with some stuff, but if it doesn't have flash, it loses a lot of its utility. And that's the thing. I mean, and the other one is also a threat in itself because it's flight and it was a 3 power attacker. But this one really doesn't provide any clock, so you really cannot tempo out your opponent with it stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not super. I'm not saying super. I think the card is fine. So no, come on. I'm just a little bit disappointed. This wasn't what we all expected, or what we all expected it to be.
But like you said, that's on us.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all on us.
And I'm sure other people around the community had the same thoughts when they heard about it as well.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it comes into play, it blinks the truth. It sounds like you can do some crazy stuff with it. But they did put some limitations on it, which makes me believe that they put it through some testing. I mean, they don't just test one version of the card, I'm assuming, right? You test multiple versions with different numbers and different whatevers.
yeah.
So I'm assuming the Flicker Wisp style card for this set just wasn't right. So I mean, there'll be stuff like that in the future, hopefully.
I mean, to be fair, all the flicker stuff, they really require all those stuff to be good. Because if there are no interplay effects, and yeah, you can flicker all you want, it really doesn't do much.
Yep.
So with seeing what we had on set one, I think it was fine to have it. And there's some really good stuff. Having the human limitation though, it's really kills this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
It's again, it's like the Prince thing. It's only goes in one deck and linear strategy. I mean, limited is going to be good if you The thing set to is also has a lot of human tech, human theme. So you are going to be able to get the value out of this guy unlimited. It's probably going to still be really good. But yeah, basic is really, really, really bad because you cannot do any tricks on combat with it to prevent the damage from blocking. Uh, it just crushes all our hopes on Dream. Basic to cost. The body is fine though for a 3 drop for an uncommon, but whatever really. It's just disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, again, most of the disappointments are on us for
Yeah,
having
it's
for
100.
setting our hopes to be
Yeah,
a card that doesn't necessarily have to
it,
exist.
yeah, exactly.
So we're gonna wrap it up here talking about the Hexex Open. We're gonna do the official rules on the website sometime this week, probably by I'll say latest Friday, most likely be like Tuesday, Wednesday, depending when this comes out. It probably comes out already.
It should be mostly like Monday.
It should have been out already, honestly, but it'll be out.
It's all Mythic, so
I mean, yeah, I
We're
have to
working
write it
on
up
it.
apparently, because I'm the one who knows how to use words and sentences, and I don't know how to do that anyway. So, um, but we're gonna talk about some of the revisions. I'll give you guys a little update beforehand in case it does come out after the podcast. So, a few things we changed from the last one. It's gonna be 60-minute uh, time for round. We were gonna do 55. Figured 60 is a safe bet, so you guys can have your time to, in case something does take longer than 2 minutes to do the sideboards and whatnot. Um, Clarifying the gems can't be changed between first game, second game, third game, whatever. The gems that you register the deck as are the gems you have to stay with the entire tournament. Same with the champion. What else we got? I have it over here. Trying to pull it up. Um, Assuming that all is going well, set two doesn't come out before the open. There should be no card bannings. If set two comes out before the open and a card's broken, the entire game is broken. Who knows what happens if that happens? We will then give you guys an update as to whether the tournament's getting pushed back, whether this particular card's banned, that particular card's banned, whatever champion's banned, whatever is broken will be banned, as to ensure that the tournament goes well and people enjoy it.
if half of the set is broken, we're probably just going to push the tournament.
Yeah.
Yep.
We are
I mean,
also discussing. Sorry, Phoenix. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say we're at the mercy of CZ's schedule right now, so
Yep.
you're just gonna have to bear with us, and we'll let you know as soon as we know what happens.
Yeah. We're also working on getting a point system together. We have to finalize it and flush it out and get it all in order before we start anything. That will most likely start. Hopefully, the next Texas Open. This one won't. The 22nd will not involve points. After that, we'll do a point system leading up to a larger scale tournament for people who have the most points. As an invitational type deal. So we're,
To
we're working
clarify,
on that.
this one is the tournament on. If it's on the 22, it won't have the point system. If it has to be pushed back due to the open, it may have points at
Yeah,
that point. So
good point. Ha,
yeah,
so I did there. So yeah, that's all we got currently. Again, we'll put out the official rules and all that stuff, uh, probably before this comes out, but maybe not. We'll see where it's at.
if it's not just plain Mythic,
Yeah.
he's
If you have any
Play
hitting
him.
questions,
on Hex, you can
It's
nail
always
him.
his
So
fault.
yep.
if you have any questions about the open, feel free to ask me in my stream, or if any of these two chumps decide to stream at any point, you can throw it at them. Also, put it in the forums, whatnot. Also, if you want to donate to the prize pool, I know a few people have asked me for that. We have an official Hextex TV um, Hex account. I think it's official Hextex is the name of the
Official hex text.
it's official
Yep.
Hextex. I made it. I don't even remember what the hell it was. Official Hextex is the name of this. If you want to send some packs there to help out with the prize pool, always appreciated. Always you know well received. Um, so yeah, that's all we
Yeah,
got for this week.
100% of it will go to prices.
Yeah, I mean
Yes.
maybe $1 will go in my pocket. It's not that much.
I want to say thank you to Draft Punk for his submission of the community spotlight article he did about the Diamond Drag cards. Did a good job. So everybody else, if you have an idea or an article that you're working on, send it to us, and we'll put it up on the site if it's good.
You're sending it through to us through our Gmail, which is hextextv@gmail.com. Again, if you have
Boom, nailed it.
any comments or whatever, throw it to our YouTube comments below, the forums, the iTunes. You can write it on a black wall somewhere. I'll probably find it. Use some chalk. I find these things. I just add that way. So that's gonna do it for us today, guys. As always.
Yeah, what's just one last thing.
Oh God,
Probably the challenge link should be posted on the YouTube video on the and on the
He's a
website.
thinker.
potentially.
Yeah, if it's not, again, it's blame Mythic, because he's the one in charge.
Why am I the
Yes,
one in
Simon
charge?
should
I'm
be
the
going
least
up
competent
soon
of
as
all of
well.
us. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Thanks for tuning in, as always. Have a good night, a pleasant tomorrow, and we will see you guys next time.